guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello, I am Shanice. Welcome to my channel, and if you've been here, hey, how you doing? So this video is going to be a follow-up video from my last book recommendation video that I said I was going to do a romance recommendation novel video that you should read. So I have a top 10 of my favorite novels that you should read, but there are many more that I have read. But today, since I have the books, I'm going to show you the book forms of the books that I recommend. But I have a lot on my Kindle, on my iBook, on my iPad, so I have a lot, so I will show you all that as well to give you an example of how many that I have read. So let's get started with this, and so you can know this information and move on. But before you go ahead down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because there's going to be a lot more book reviews and book related videos, and also hit that great notification bell to be notified. But also you can share this video as well if you want to. So if you know anybody that loves books and is a book addict like me and want to know some good romance novels, go ahead and share this video to them. Yeah, did I say like this video? I think I did, but if I didn't, like this video. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in with the recommendation of the books, because it's going to be 10 of them that I really love and enjoy. So my first book is an old one, but I really recommend people to read it. I feel like people didn't read it because it's just like the boy side of the same story, but I recommend you read these two books, which is by E.L. James, and it's the same 50 Shades storyline, but it's Christian's mind. So you have gray and darker. I recommend you read both of these books because yes, it's the same story, but if you really read these two books, the times that when Anastasia and Christian wasn't together, and you know, Christian's off to doing whatever he's doing, that's in this book. So yes, it's the same, follows the same storyline. Yes, it is, but it's also different because you get to see his side of the story and what he was thinking at the same time, and what was his mind going through in the books. So yeah, I really recommend you read this book because it's awesome. I really hope she does like the last book in Christian's mind, because I want them, I need it. It's a very good book. Yeah, so read it. My number one recommendation is this, Christian's Mind and 50 Shades of Grey. So for now, I'm going to go in and recommend books by author. So the next, after I read E.L. James and 50 Shades of Grey, like I needed another recommendation of a book. So I got my hands on J.Kenner's books, and the first book I got my hands on was the Stark series with Damien Stark and Nikki. So this is 3 books you should read. First book is Release Me, the second book is Claim Me, and the third book is Complete Me. And I really like this series of books. It was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. So this is my second book recommendation. And if you really want a book that really like continues their story past these 3 main books, it's definitely J.Kenner with Damien Stark in that series. So like, this is the 3 main books, but she goes on with their story and goes on and goes on, which I really love that. So you really get to see all around who they are. Each one of these books, storylines from the first book to the last book recommendation, I recommend. Each of those storylines are amazing. They're all like romance novels, and the romance and the drama, but they all have different stories, the different like people, the different storylines and plots of what's going on. So they're all enjoyable to read. So don't put them all in one box, because they are all awesome and they're all their own individual book, and obviously, but like they are their own original story. you know, it's not just a typical romance novel. But so yeah, so I recommend you read these books. So the next book by J.Kenner is these, which this one's called Under My Skin, which is the first one. This one is On My Knees. And the last one is Say My Name. So this book goes along with the Stark series, and it is actually Damien's stepbrother. So Damien and Nikki are in both of these, but the main character in this is Jackson Steele, and Damien's assistant that was in the book, Sylvia. It goes along with the story. So yeah, Damien and Nikki is going to be in this book too. So if you didn't get enough of Damien and Nikki like I did, you can read these and have them in that story as well. And the very, very cool, very amazing story and plot, and it keeps you on your toes, and you want to keep reading and read these pretty quickly because they're that good. The next 3 books are all standalone books, but they all go together. And so J.Kenner also did this book, which is called Wanted, which is Evans' Black Story here. And then this one is called Initiated, and this is Cole's story. And then this one is called Heated, and this one's Taylor Sharp's story. So all 3 of these books are standalone, like I said, but these are 3 friends. So all 3 are going to be in each other's story, but if you want to know more about each character and their romance life and what's going on, you gotta read them all separately, but they're all going to be in each of their stories, which is pretty awesome. I really like how J.Kenner writes and intertwines characters in books, so yeah, I really like that. These are good, so you should read these. I'll leave her website down below so you can check that out, and all the rest of the other authors that I will give to you to recommend books from, I'll leave their website down below, and so you can check them out and grab these books because they are awesome. So after I read Damien Stark and their story, I was like, I need more. So I found another author, and her name was Sylvia Day, and this Crossfire novel series is amazing. It's 5 books. Okay, 5 books. So the first one is this one. The first book is called Bared to You. Look at that novel cover. Awesome. The next one is called Reflected in You. It's the second book. The third one is called Intertwined with You. The fourth one is called Captivated by You. And the last one, which is a pretty thick one compared to the other ones, and it's very soft, nice cover. And look at that. If you have read this, you know what this means. But yeah, and this one's called One with You. So this is 5 books of this Crossfire series, which is amazing, and I love all these books. This series is really good because it goes from good into they're together, and then it goes bad, and then they're together. It's like a really true depiction of a relationship and how things go, and books usually show just the good things of relationships, and everything's happy and everything goes, and you only get happy and mad once and then you're back together. But this shows real life of how things are. But yeah, this series, this plot and the storyline and the characters and everything around this book is amazing. You should really read it. You have 5 good giant books to read from this, so yeah, I recommend to read all of these. This next book series is by Jodi Ellen Melps, and yeah, I read all her books, and this is the One Night series, which is one of her books that is amazing. I love all her books, but this is one of the series that is amazing that I really like. My first book of hers, and I was hyped of keep reading of her books. So this is the One Night series. First of all, look at these covers of these books. So this one is Unveiled by One Night series. Then we have Denied. Look at this book cover, it's amazing. And then Promised. These books are amazing. The characters are, yeah, you're gonna get hooked. You're gonna love these two characters. You're gonna love the guy in the series. It's worth reading. It attracts you from the start. It gets you reading, gets you want to keep turning the pages. All these pages of lovely pages of books. You want to keep reading it. And she also did This Man series, if you know that one. And yeah, there's more good ones that she has did, so I'll leave her link down below as well, because you need to check her out and read these books because they are amazing. I love the plot. Like all these, I love the plot. They're all different. You should read this one because you're not gonna regret it. Yeah, great story. The next series of books that, well, they're different series of books but all by the same author, which is Elisa Renee Jones. And yeah, I read a lot of her books as well. I forgot what this specific series is called, but they're all by the same, like, about the same character, all these books here. And they're all about Chris and Sarah. And I just like how this series even started and went on. This is the first book, If I Were You. The second book being Me. And then Revealing Us. And then A No In Between. I love that cover. It's really cool. And then this one, it goes along to the next book, but it's Chris and Sarah is in this one, but it's based off of like her boss and his issues that's in the book. So you have to read all the other books to really know what's going to happen and what's going to go on in this one. But yeah, this is the Inside Out series. Yes, so this series is really good. It's worth a read. It's way different than what you expect and how the two characters met, and it's a very sweet story. The next series that I'm going to talk about, Lisa Renee, it kind of goes along with Chris and Sarah's story. It's Sarah's best friend. Like in the first book, her best friend Ella was in the book, but after that she just like disappeared, nothing about it. So you kind of like wonder what happened to Ella because she was gone. So these two books, and there's a third book that I put, but it's on my Kindle, but this is like in book form. So this is Ella's story called Denial and Demand, and there's a third one. So this story is very unexpected. You would not even like think this would even happen, or what was even going on. So I advise you to read these two books as well. I love the storyline. Like, you're not even gonna expect what happened to her and how things happened and what was even going on with Ella, and like, was she even telling the truth to her own friend? Like, what was happening? So yeah, I really recommend you read these two books. Another series that Lisa Renee did that was really great, I loved it, was the Dirty Money series. So there's a third book of this, and like the last one, it's on my Kindle. So this one's the first one, which is called Hard Rules. Lovely. And this one's called Damage Control. So yeah, this is like romance with action. I really recommend you read this Dirty Money series because it's just another different take of a love story, and yeah, I love it. I love it. The last book I'm going to recommend to you guys is this one by Lisa Renee Jones. So this is the third novel of the Secret Life of Amy Benson novel, and this is the third book of it, but this is Amy Benson's brother and what's happening with him and in his mind. And so I recommend you read The Secret Life of Amy Benson's story to know what's happening. But I don't have those in book form, but I have this third one in book form, and oh my god, this was really good. Like the last one's like a lot of action but a love story, and Forsaken was great. The other two books of Secret Life of Amy Benson was great too. So read those two books and then read this one because oh my god, this was really great. Those were like my top 10 books that I have in book form already that you can go ahead and read. So all those books that I have recommended, their authors links is down below in the description box, so you go ahead and check those out and get them and get your hands on them and read them. But there are tons of other books that I've read that are just as great, that are just as amazing. So I'll leave all of the authors that I've read books from down in the description box, so you can check those out as well. So here's just some of the other books that I've read. There are romance novels, some are like sci-fi, but dismiss that. But some that are romance novels that you should check out, like Kendall Ryan. You should check this series out. It's very good. We have Laurelin Paige and Jessica Scott. You should check her books out right there. And we have Meredith Wild, and oh my gosh, yes, you should check that series out. It's amazing. We have Katy Evans and Lauren Bakley with these books. Amazing story. Yeah, this series, Priscilla West. Yes, see, that is like The Secret Life of Amy Benson's novels right there. So definitely read these books. As I scroll through here, some good novels that once you go and look at the authors that I picked out, you can see some of these books that I've read, and these are worth a read. If get your hands on these, and yeah, get your hands on these. So if you see these books on their website, definitely read them because they are a great books to read. I will leave all the authors down below that that I have and know of, so you can check these out. And if you see any of the books that I showed you on my iPad or in the book forms that are the actual books that I have, and you want to read them, go down below and check the description box down below. I have all the links down there. So basically that is my top 10 romance novel books and some other extras. If you want to read them and check the authors out as well, you should do it. I really recommend it. So before you go, go down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that great notification bell so you won't miss out. So hit the like button if you like books. If you read any of these books that I showed you, if you are ready to read any of these books, hit the like button down below, and also share it so people know some of the books that I recommend that are really great and good that they should read. Thank you so much for making it this far in this video, and I really appreciate it, whatever you do, and thanks for clicking on this video. But until next time, bye guys.